and welcome to Simon Says Artwork. In this video I'm going to be showing you a doodle type of drawing which I do with a post-it note. I've done one of these before and it was inspired by PeterDraws. So if anyone hasn't heard of PeterDraws, check out his channel. He's a great doodle artist. He does brilliant ink drawings with no underdrawing a lot of the time, and primarily with the rotary pen, and that's what I use quite often as well myself, thanks to his inspiration that he's given me. So I hope you like this video. I'm going to be doing a smaller version of the post-it note doodle, but yeah, let's take a look. All right. Okay, so as I said, I'm just starting with a smaller drawing this time using a post-it note, and this is just going to be on an A4 piece of paper because I knew that I could get quite a nice smaller illustration keeping it contained within that size of a page. I'm using the Pentel, it's called the fountain Pentel, but it's not a fountain pen. I've talked about this in other videos, but it's more of a fibre nib. It's quite nice. It's not my favourite because it can sputter and spurt depending on if you do the angle wrong, which I'm unfortunately, vulnerable to holding a pen in weird ways and having it, spit out bits of ink. But I suppose that just opens up the option of having a different approach to your illustration. It depends on how much control you need in your work, really. For this, I really tried to stay loose and abstract, keeping it mechanical and partly biological, which is a nice combination in my opinion. It reminds me kind of Akira or Tetsuo being the live action film, which is not manga, and Akira being the animated manga film by Katsuhiro Otomo. Now, it's just because it's not too dissimilar to like a trash compactor, where you have a mixture of mechanical and biological waste all funneling through at once. And it gave me the freedom to just create shapes and suggestions for things. And I liked the post-it note for a way of starting a doodle off, and it just has this ability to get you making marks over the post-it note and onto the paper without adding too much pressure to the process. So as you can see here, I'm just using the very edge of the post-it note in order to create shapes based on those little ink marks on the edge of the post-it note page there. And that just gets me started on different shapes and designs and concepts. And then I can just leave small gaps. And that's part of the magic to me, is to leave little gaps, which would be impossible to do. Well, not impossible, but incredibly hard to do without having a post-it note aid the the line that you want to leave white. I find that really difficult to keep a consistent line, and I think it would be quite hard without marking it with a pencil. So having a post-it note is just a nice way of almost masking off that area, and it just helped it flow. So there wasn't too much hesitation with this image. I was just able to free myself to really have a bit of fun with it. As you can see, it just kind of comes together as a composition. Now, I may have overcomplicated it. I'm not sure if it was more interesting and engaging when it was simpler, or whether I should have added more in some places and less in others. But it is just something which, instead of not drawing, I'm glad that I got something done. And the post-it note really helped with that. So this is now just a case of looking through and seeing if anything needs hatching or if any spaces need filling. And once I was happy with it, I just thought, I quite like the gaps in between. I think I'm going to leave it where it is. And it's just a nice little concept that I'm going to leave there. Okay, so that's the doodle done. And I was quite happy with how it turned out. I hope you liked the video. If you did, please give it a like and leave a comment, and also subscribe to the channel and ring the bell. And I'll see you in the next video.